Hi, this is Mick with Bushcraft. It's a crappy rainy day today, so I'm sorting out some of my gear, and I thought I would build a very specific bushcraft bag, bug out bag, whatever you want to call it, something that has all the basics covered. But this is going to be more of a everyday carry, throw it in the back of the car, forget about it, and it's got everything that I would have to have for a little bit, not forever. It's not my inch bag, which is in I'm never coming home bag. This is just a sort of a get me home bag. Okay, so first of all, this is one of my son's old book bags, but it was very capable. He's had it for a while now. It's a little tore up. It's a little ugly looking. It may not attract much attention. Now, granted, it's yellow. That's more for me than anything. I want to be able to really spot this thing and get my hands on it, and if I need to. So let's talk about what it is. It's got a padded back. It's got padded shoulder straps. It's got a little case here, a little pocket here for something, probably a cell phone, but I won't use it for that. And it's got a little pocket here to hold a water bottle or something else. It's an elastic pocket. And it's got his old, it's kind of a good luck charm, I think, the old Jesus fish here, carabiner. Alright, this is off of a roll of plastic sheeting. It's very thick. I think it's 4 mil plastic sheeting, and I've actually made survival shelters with this over the top of a hammock, and it has worked very well. This stuff, this particular cut that I made, I believe, came off of a 40 or 100, I think it was a 100-foot roll, and I cut a 10-foot section off of it. So I can make this into all kinds of things, and it's very small and it's fairly lightweight. This is a collapsible water bag. I can use it after I've purified my water. I can fill this thing up. I can hook my carabiner through this and carry it because it probably won't fit in this bag full of water. This is a 100% wool blanket, and it was a good find at the thrift store. I think it was a Goodwill store, in fact. It's got these straps that go with it, and you can carry it sort of like a Civil War soldier carried his bedroll. So I don't have to have this in my yellow bag here. I can just throw it over my shoulder independently if I need to. Here is a kind of a cook system that I put together. This is a stainless steel. It's supposed to be a spatula holder maybe from the home store, but it's got all these nice air holes in it. I'll be able to build a little twig fire if I need to. Inside it, I've got my cordage. It's just small, lightweight cordage. I don't expect to need a lot of heavy-duty cord. Here's a little more. Also, instead of putting it inside my water jug, which I'm going to show you next, I put it on the outside to help muffle the sound a little bit. This little tin nests not great, but sort of okay in my stainless steel water bottle. This tin I can use for any number of things, mainly for making char cloth if I need to. Here's my stainless steel water bottle. I can put it right on the fire. I can purify water inside this. I'm not sure about this little string here holding the lid together. Well, I'm going to have to see about that in actual practice. I like it because then the lid won't get loose, but I bet it could get charred or it could burn. So we'll see. Now inside my water container is a little plastic spoon, some sugar, some tea, some creamer, pack of matches, which I don't really intend to trust, but they're there. A Boy Scout Swiss Army knife, which has tweezers. It's got a can opener. It's got a couple of different blades, a little bitty saw. You know, again, it's not the best thing in the world, but it's nice to have. So it's another cutting tool that I have. My lighter. So I've got combustion, container. I've got a cover for shelter. I've got a cutting tool. I don't know what the other C's are that I might be missing, but I'm trying to get all my 5 C's covered. But wait, there's more. This outer section here. Start up here, and we'll get into my tool bag. So I've got a small tool bag here. My old water filter bag. I got a new water filter. The old water filter broke, so the old bag is kind of a heavy nylon bag with a zipper on it, so I'm using it. Inside of this is something I have not used yet, and it may prove to be not worth the wait, but it is a small shovel, small entrenching tool. The reason I like it is it is small. It's fairly heavy though, guys. So again, I don't know if I'm going to keep it forever and ever, but it's small enough that I could use it for digging a latrine, or for helping kind of dig out some roots if I need to, or for scaring the heck out of somebody if they're bugging me. Now granted, you have to, it takes time to set it all up. You saw that. But I could see, you know, carrying this thing maybe on the outside of the backpack all put together, and maybe somebody will think twice about wanting to annoy me. I don't know. What do you guys think? We'll see. I may end up removing this from the bag, but not just yet. Other items in my tool bag, a pair of needle nose pliers. I kind of like these. They got them at the dollar store. You can use them to grip a hot pot if you need to. You can use them to help shape wire. You can use them to remove a hook from a fish. You can use them to pluck your eyebrows, whatever it is that you feel like you need to do. I want to keep my tools sharp. I've got my file here, and I've got my sharpening stone here for my blades. More into the lower sections here. I've got my first aid kit, which is just a spice tube, cinnamon tube that has been cleaned out, and it's wrapped in duct tape on the outside. So I've got, I don't know, probably 6 or 8 feet of duct tape here. I've got antacids. I've got a clothespin. Not entirely sure that that's first aid related, but it's probably good to have. Got some Band-Aids, some sunscreen, 30. Got an absorbent paper towel here. And wrapped in the aluminum foil is Advil, ibuprofen, I'm sorry, and some Benadryl. And wrapping it in the aluminum foil also gives me another little piece of aluminum foil that I could conceivably use for signaling. Maybe I could use it to put a little tail on a fish hook, maybe create a fishing lure and attractant for a fish as well. Going further in, I've got one of these gigantic gem clips that I could use to help clip my shelter together if I need to, or for other purposes. Got some more cordage wrapped around a pillowcase. The pillowcase is 100% cotton and can be used to make charcloth if I needed to. If I unwrap this extra little bit of cordage here, it's not a lot, but it's enough to help me along if I need some. So I've got a little bit of cordage here that I'm going to put to the side, wrapped in my pillowcase. I could use my pillowcase to carry nuts, berries, firewood, any number of purposes for the pillowcase, including stuffing it with old dirty clothing and using it as a pillow. Inside is my candle. It's just a single wick candle, but I could use it for maybe heating a little bit of tiny heat in my shelter, a little bit of light. I could use it for fusing cord if I need to, so that's good to have. Alright, the last section of all is a big gallon Ziploc bag, and in my gallon Ziploc bag I have a big 42-gallon construction garbage bag. These are very thick. They could be used to make poncho shelter. I could slide in them if I needed to for a kind of a sleeping bag arrangement if I needed to do that. Probably make a tube tent out of it if I had a couple of them, but I don't. Just got one, and that's good enough for what I need. I've got a dry bag. I could repackage any of this if conditions required it in this dry bag. I could also carry water in the dry bag if I needed to. I've got my spare little bit of aluminum foil, which I can use for any number of things. Like I said, I could probably signal with it if I needed to. This isn't the shiny side either. The shiny side's on the inside. And this is something that I actually have tried, and I really don't like it, but I really can't bring myself to throw it away. And it is a survival sleeping bag. So it's not one of these aluminum mylar blankets. It's actually kind of an aluminum mylar sleeping bag. I actually used this on a hike, a 2 or 3 day hike. I didn't really like it, but I didn't die either. So it's very, very lightweight, and it does keep you warm, but you will sweat inside this thing. So it's a bit of a trade-off. Anyway, that is my entire new little bug-out bag that I've made for now. Once I've thought about this a little longer, I'm sure that I will remember that there's something I've forgotten that I need to put in here. I may reconsider some of the things that I have in there. Sunscreen, I don't really need sunscreen, but I had room for it. And if nothing else, it might be something I can use goodwill for somebody else. If somebody else needs sunscreen, I might be able to trade with them for something that I need. I might be able to use it to build some goodwill. So for the weight, it's not really a horrible thing to have. So tell me what you think. Tell me, what I forgot. Tell me what I could do better. I appreciate it. And maybe it's giving you some ideas on what you might do for your own personal survival bag. So this is Mick with Wahali Bushcraft. I've learned some things today, and I hope you have too. See ya.